Good evening everyone. So once again, welcome to this special event on Unacademy CAT channel. My name is Ronak Shah and today we have with us a special guest. In fact, he is joining us as an educator, so he's going to help you in many ways. And I'm sure all of you would be excited to understand that what are his skill sets and how is he going to be helpful to you. So quickly show me a thumbs up if you are able to hear me, guys. Everyone, yes, I can see many students here. So thanks. Yeah, thanks for joining me, guys. Okay, right. Yeah, hi Dipti. Right. Okay, great. Okay, so guys, we have with us Mr. Gaurav, and he has rich experience and amazing background. So without delaying it further, yes, I invite all of you to welcome Mr. Gaurav. Hi, Gaurav.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
And hello to everyone. Sat Shri Akal, Namaskar. It's a pleasure to be here. First and foremost, talking to such an experienced person, a lot is there to learn. And at the same time, meeting you all guys, this is the first day. Thanks a lot. Thanks for everything.
Yes, so Gaurav, our learners are eagerly waiting that what you have in your kitty to offer to them. Why don't you quickly tell them about your journey, and then also tell them how you are going to help them in what subjects are you going to take up. So yeah, over to you.
I've been mentoring students for over a decade now, sir, and predominantly I deal with the language section, typically which we call VARC section when it comes to CAT. Simultaneously, along with CAT, there are more examination. I help students, to the date. So language section is one which I can say is in complete control. At the same time, I've been preparing students for their second round of the second part of the story. Once you clear an examination and all, yeah. So when students go for their group discussions, interviews, preparing them for resume writing and everything, that's one more area I would be helping students with.
Okay, right, Gaurav. So, Gaurav, why don't you just tell about your educational background first of all? I mean, what have you done? And I saw that you have many certifications and also please tell them so that if they need any information about that, probably you can be helpful to them as well.
So it's a wonderful moment to brag about myself, no doubts. And obviously there are a lot of certificates and everything we can talk about, but I would be talking the relevant thing here. So all these students are they're going to write CAT, they're aspiring for CAT, or few of them would be writing more management entrance examination. So I proudly say that I have gone there where all these students would like to go. I mean to say I am an alumnus. I am Calcutta. I've done my specialization in marketing from there. Uske baad, obviously like everybody, I also tried my hand in corporate. फिर उसके बाद वो corporate को मैं bear नहीं हुआ सर. तो वो उन्होंने मुझे tolerate नहीं किया, तो मैं वहां से बाहर आ गया.
या फिर ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि आपका अंदर वाला टीचर बाहर आ गया.
वो कुछ तो सर एक्चुअली बाहर आना ही था कैसे ना कैसे करके, तो ये थोड़ा मॉडेस्टली थोड़ा ठीक रहता है बोलना.
अच्छा.
Yes, not more than a year I worked with corporate. I didn't know that how long I would be teaching, or this is the only thing I would like to do. It happened by accident because I was just looking for what exactly I would like to do, but not corporate job. So somehow got into academics and started enjoying, and then it was like a kind of a eureka moment. Okay, this is something I'm looking for. So, and bas uske baad se it's been more than 10 years I've been teaching students.
One of our, one of my favorite learner, Ross is asking this question: which city are you from?
Which city? Jaipur. I'm from Pink City of India, Jaipur.
Okay.
Heritage capital.
Great. Yeah. So I hope Ross, we have addressed your query. Okay. So just one more thing, I read in your profile that you have also authored one book. So can you just tell us about that book? And how do you suggest, which kind of book do you recommend to the students who are the beginners to start with if they want to cultivate the reading habit? You'll be the best person to tell them.
So I belong to a Hindi medium background till my 12th standard. I've never, so I was a science student and I've never studied chemistry or physics. So what I used to study, that was Rasayan Vigyan and Bhautik Shastra. That was something I studied. So when I was preparing for my CAT, this section was the most difficult one for me. So after my time at IIM, and when I came back and I started teaching, one of the subjects I needed to pick up. So honestly, I just chose to pick up language because I knew that yes, there are a number of students like me who are very good at maths, bonds or more subjects, and especially when they study, with teachers like you. But language is something which, I would not be that big a resource. Instead, they need to fight their own mental block. So, I knew that, okay, what all I did and what all I faced, first and foremost is, obviously the mental block and simultaneously a kind of a complex you have. When it comes to language, India में थोड़ा सा अगर आप अंग्रेजी बोलते हैं तो वैसे आप बेहतर माने जाते हैं लोगों से. तो बस वो इसलिए वो उठाया सर. उसके बाद पढ़ाना शुरू किया. पढ़ते पढ़ते हर बार एक ही क्वेश्चन. Now, if you talk about CAT, RC is the most important section. Once you clear RC, वैसे भी बाकी कुछ ज्यादा करने की जरूरत होती नहीं. I mean, आपका परसेंटाइल जितना आपको चाहिए वो आ जाएगा. बाकी सब करना पड़ेगा. वो इनफैक्ट रीडिंग के साथ साथ हो भी जाता है.
Okay.
So obviously RC was difficult for me also because I did not have reading habit or something. I cultivated my own. So there was one weakness I was, I used to always get addressed with by my elders, by my brother and all that. You're an inconsistent person or something. So मैंने कहा काम करते कुछ ऐसा करते हैं जिससे खुद को consistency prove करते हैं. So I took around 1.5 years and I wrote this book. Honestly, so this was the only intention. And when I wrote, obviously I could understand that the better idea when it comes to author's point of view and everything. So it came out well, it did well, it was published in India and US both. Lead Start supported me on that. Frog Books, you must have heard of.
Okay.
So, coming back to that question where you said that, what kind of books and everything, whatever interests you. Once the habit of reading comes in picture, when you taste it, वो होता है ना सर कि वो मेंटल ब्लॉक होता भी क्यों है क्योंकि वो चस्का होता ही नहीं है. वो चस्का इसलिए नहीं आता क्योंकि वो 1 or 2 or 3 बुक्स पढ़ने के बाद जो आफ्टर टेस्ट रहता है उसका, when you start processing your thought and you have relevant information to process your thought, वो जब तक आपने एक्सपीरियंस ही नहीं किया तो वो रीडिंग का जो बेनिफिट है वो रियलाइज नहीं होता. सो एक बात कहीं से भी, be it Harry Potter, be it any genre, whoever says that I would not name certain authors who are by intellectuals who are named or termed or coined as that irrelevant authors or something. No, whoever you want to read, whatever you want to read,
correct,
just go ahead with.
Right, so starting is more important rather than thinking what should I read and what not, right? So I think this is an important message for all the learners. Guys, if you are also preparing for CAT, which I'm sure you would be, it's better to start reading something rather than wondering what to read. Okay, so here is one question that is coming up. So when will you start teaching us? Okay, that's a question that has come up from Yash Jain. So yes, Gaurav, I think you'll be start taking some sessions from tomorrow itself. Not the regular session, but you'll be guiding them. You'll be releasing some, motivational videos and all, right? What is your plan? Can you just tell?
So my plan is very simple. So I read a lot about, the work of Stephen Covey.
Okay.
So Stephen Covey कहते हैं कि आपका अग्रीमेंट बाद में हो जाएगा, पहले रिलेशनशिप बनना जरूरी होता है.
Okay.
तो ये वाला जो वीक है, if not weekend, but till Friday, I would like to spend or invest in relationship building with students on this platform. So obviously, I will not be, picking up just motivation sessions or something, but yes, a little strategic sessions. I would like to concentrate initially more on students who are either termed as beginners or people who do not have basic idea about certain things. So ये वाले 5 दिन, from tomorrow to Friday, my idea is, my plan is, I'll be taking very basic sessions. I'll be talking about CAT also. I'll be talking about VARC section also. I'll be talking about reading as well. So yes, they're helpful for those students who've been preparing for good time, but in a very qualitative manner. But somebody who's a first year student or a second year student who's just thinking or confused or planning, so there are certain things they need to be understood. They need to be well versed with the other before obviously they jump into it. So we'll be spending time on that.
Right.
In one line, if I say, yes, I'll be start teaching from tomorrow, 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock is my first session, and I'll be talking about, let's talk about CAT. That's it. Whatever it is. What's
9
CAT?
a.m., right?
9 a.m., yes, sir. 9 a.m. in the morning.
So everyone, please book your calendar. 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, right? So we'll meet you for the live session, and there will be something interesting coming out from his, kitty. So definitely you can experience, and then you can also interact more. Yes, Gaurav, one more thing. So since you mentioned that you specialized in GDPI, right? And VARC is also your area. So can you also tell learners what will be your teaching methodology as far as VARC is concerned? Then we'll talk about GDPI. So if you can just tell them, because they are curious to understand how this particular faculty is going to teach us, how is it going to simplify our task of cracking VARC section. You can just share some thoughts.
So my idea is to go back to fundamentals.
Okay.
I mean, always start with conceptual learning and then you go on to experiential learning. So when I say conceptual learning, obviously I talk about the do's and don'ts and how's and why's and what's of a topic. When I say experiential, obviously when I then I talk about taking up questions and everything. And in terms of questions, also we're not going to go by default. We're going to go by structuring it. Not much, but I can tell the students something very simple, that yes, all of us are preparing for CAT, no doubts. But directly we're not going to touch CAT questions. We'll go basic. We'll go for easy questions first, and then we'll go moderate questions. And in some time, we're going to start touching CAT questions. We'll be solving previous year's questions as well, everything. But directly jumping onto that, I do not want them to feel that, okay, this is something difficult. So I believe a lot in belief. Once the belief is set, then it's very difficult to reconstruct it. I want all of them to feel that actually, what requires, what's required when it comes to teaching. That is where you need quant teachers or reasoning teachers. Language is the easiest one. You do not need, no experts are required as such. हो जाता है वो. Maths नहीं होती सर, आपकी जरूरत पड़ती है उसमें. हमारा वाला सेक्शन हो जाता है. It's an easy section, honestly. इसमें तो स्कोर हम कर ही लेंगे. बाकी में आप करा देंगे तो बस सारे बच्चों का क्लियर होना है फिर CAT.
Okay, that's really great. So I'm sure all of the students, all the learners who are watching us live right now, or those who happen to watch this video afterwards, are also eagerly looking forward to your sessions, right? And one last thing, so if you can just tell about the GDPI preparation strategy. I mean, how do you normally prepare students for GD and PI? GD is nowadays a kind of rare thing, mostly PI and VET. Okay. And what should they do? They should start doing from this point of time if they want to build up, if they want to get themselves prepared well.
Sir, we can talk about GDPI and everything a lot. Another, not 2 hours, we can talk 20 hours on that. I would like to tell all the students one thing here, that the biggest mistake they make is to start preparing for the second round after their first round. Now, after their first round means, obviously, January, they get the results of written examination. They get good scores, good percentile and everything, which is like very fortunate. Obviously, their efforts and all, are seen. Now they have, let's say, a month or two. A month or two is not enough to prepare or to crack an IM, second round of personality assessment or some more B schools. Second point, all of the students or all of us rather need to understand that GDPI is not some technical tool they need to master on. It's a life skill. You're sitting in a group, you want to discuss, let's go to watch a movie. That's a group discussion, though it's an informal, situation. But then how you emerge as a leader, you liked or you disliked, you're annoying people or people are listening to you, this is a life skill. The fundamentals are all same. The setting is different. Interview you talk about. So, when I usually ask students that, कोई है जिसने कभी इंटरव्यू नहीं दिया हो या किसी कुछ, तो काफी हाथ खड़े होते हैं कि सर हमने कोई इंटरव्यू नहीं दिया. So interview again, what they see is like a formal setting. They go for some interview for either internship or placement or B school. Otherwise, you and I are talking. Consciously, subconsciously, you're also making an impression about me, and I'm also doing the same. And what the same, students are also doing. So we're being interviewed by one another here.
Yeah.
And consciously, subconsciously, we're gonna take the impression home. So it's a life skill. Whenever you realize that this is something and you need to work on it, be it you're a first year student, you're a final year student, you're preparing for MBA, you're not preparing for MBA, coming back to MBA CAT, if you're preparing for CAT, day one you're working on 3 sections. Obviously you give, if you're giving 5 hours a day to these 3 sections, give 1 hour out of these 5 hours to your personality assessment. I mean, obviously, personality assessment will be done by the invigilators and panel. You need to work on your development. So I personally call it self-engineering.
Okay.
So the day you realize, start working, and especially when it comes to CAT, it is most important. आप सिर्फ सोचिए ना कितना अनफॉर्चुनेट पॉइंट होगा अगर 98, 97, 99 परसेंटाइल आया है, सब जगह से कॉल आया, and then you're not able to crack it.
Absolutely, that's like your hard work going in drain, right?
Yes,
okay, so we have a learner. I don't know his name. It's HODOKO. Yeah. First of all, thanks for suggesting the correct spell of my name. And yeah, if you want to have this T-shirt, I'll definitely recommend Unacademy to conduct some contest where even viewers can stand an opportunity. Get a chance to win such T-shirts. Right. So because learners are curious, I mean, they are seeing us in this T-shirt, so they also want to wear that. Okay, that's a separate thing. So yes, once again, Gaurav, welcome to this channel. And it's a good moment for all of us that you have decided to join our team, and I'm sure we together will be able to deliver more value to the students. Yes, learners, can you quickly show us a thumbs up? Yeah, you can also give a shout out to Gaurav sir. And yes, he'll be going live tomorrow morning 9 a.m. So please join all of you at 9 sharp.
Thanks a lot, Ronak. Thanks a lot, Unacademy, and bigger thanks to all the students who are there to welcome. Just one thing I would like to tell all the students that the times have changed. Earlier we used to talk about CAs studying the entire life if they're practicing. We used to say that lawyers need to study the whole life if they're if they prove themselves to be good lawyers or something. Now, whichever area you go to, the things are changing so rapid. The technology is it's not even running, and we need to pick up some other word. There used to be a term called generation gap. Now there's no generation gap. I mean, nobody's going to wait for the gap to happen for a generation. It happens in 5 years or 4 years. So the things are, so rapid that all of us need to keep updating ourselves. I've been mentoring students on BARC or GDPI things. In fact, I'm dealing with fresh graduates or fresh MBAs who are going for their jobs and all. After joining a corporate, I'm mentoring these junior level management students, not students anymore, obviously, the freshers in their jobs. So I've been training corporates also. I myself, after good time of my MBA, I also felt the need of updating my knowledge. So I also joined Harvard Business School's leadership coaching programs. I'm certified by Harvard Business School as well.
Okay.
So the point is simple, that you need to keep studying, you need to keep updating yourselves. It's a journey. When you start preparing for CAT, it is a journey which doesn't stop like you clear a written examination or you entered the MBA college. No. So when I entered Calcutta, I saw there were 9 lakes inside. So I used to do photography that time. You remember those times लोग एक DSLR हाथ में लेके सब हम फोटोग्राफर बन जाते थे. तो मैं भी ऐसा DSLR हाथ में लेके फोटोग्राफर बन. So maybe photographer बन चुका था उस समय तक. So when I entered Calcutta, I saw 9 lakes were inside the campus. And everybody was talking about this. So अपना तो विजन एकदम बन गया था कि अगले 2 साल कैसे निकलने वाले हैं यहाँ पे, हम किसी कौन से वीकेंड पे हम ऐसे पैर लटका के लेक पे बैठे होंगे. So 2 years, not a single evening we experienced this because we did not get time. So it's just a beginning.
Kind of learning,
when you,
right?
Yeah, when you think of CAT, when you start preparing for CAT, it is a beginning. And obviously anywhere you can reach.
Okay.
आपके थॉट्स जहां तक जा सकते हैं वहां तक पहुंच सकते हैं, बट थॉट्स के साथ साथ वो कहते हैं ना सर कि सोचने से कहाँ मिलते हैं तमन्नाओं के शहर, मंजिल को पाने के लिए चलना तो होगा.
Wow, that's a good note. Right.
That's
So well said, Gaurav. Yeah. Thanks for enlightening students and once again joining this thing. Acha, before we wind up, I have a message for Atharva Chaturvedi. So Atharva Chaturvedi, I saw a couple of your comments and it will be great if you can just personally ping me on Telegram. My ID is Ronak_live. I'm sure you are aware about that. If you are facing any issue, you can definitely talk to me and I assure you that your problem will be resolved. Please talk to me. And everyone else, thanks for joining us for this welcome session of Mr. Gaurav, and I'm sure you will enjoy his sessions too. Thanks, Gaurav, and looking forward to your sessions.
Thanks a lot, sir. Thanks, Unacademy, and thanks once again all the students. Please meet me tomorrow at 9 a.m. And मैं बहुत सारा टेक्निकल कुछ नहीं पढ़ाऊंगा कल, तो अगर आप मॉर्निंग अपने मॉर्निंग कोर्स में बिजी हैं, कुछ काम कर रहे हैं, तो भी put your earphones and keep listening to what it is. It's going to be qualitative and quantitative session both. It depends on what kind of a student are you, what standard are you in. Thank you very much. Namaskar. Sat Sri Akal.
Thanks everyone. Once again, bye bye. Take care and let's crack it.